Hi, guys. Hello. It's good to see you guys. I have Kevin the Healing Medium with me today. Finally, yay.
We were rocking in the back. That's the first time I've heard music. It was quite the
Yeah.
welcome. I loved it.
Thank you. I uploaded that. I picked it out from the free royalty-free music on YouTube.
Oh,
Yes. Little
okay.
tip for those of us that have channels. And you just download it and then you can erase it and upload another one.
I just took note of that. You're teaching me all these things, Maya.
Yeah, and it's if you look, for instance, like in the left-hand panel of your YouTube studio, and you're scrolling down, I think there's even a thing that says music.
Yes.
And then if you click on that, it takes you to the royalty-free music, and there's all kinds, and you can just sit there and it's fun. Sometimes I just like to listen to what people come up with. It's quite good.
I'm going to totally check that out. You know what? And I've seen that tab and I thought it was because I'm a premium member.
Same.
And I was like, oh, I never checked it because I was like, I have Apple Music. And so I was thinking, well,
I don't need that. Yeah.
I do need it. Thank you for mentioning.
Yes, I'm glad to. I'm glad to share that. Oh, Ivana's here too. She was a great fun reading with you and Deanne. That was a hoot. That was we had a really good time.
Oh, nice. Look at all these lovely people.
Yes. I want to say hi to you. I don't want you guys to feel like we're leaving you out. We've got Mandy, Shield Maiden, and we've got Peggy, that is P44 Chippo in the UK. She's up late.
Peggy. Hi, Peggy.
Yeah. And Gertrude, hello. I'm glad to see you. And I will be contacting you and scheduling, if you wouldn't mind, a time to join me sometime on Sunday. Let's see. We've got Isadora. I'm glad you enjoyed it too. I'm glad you enjoyed it too, Ivana. She's a load of fun, Kevin. I think you would.
Oh, nice. I've watched her. Yeah, I've seen her on some. Does she have her own channel as well?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her with Jean, and I saw the episode with you and Deanne, Shield Maiden, right?
Yes, we had fun.
Yeah. So nice.
Yeah. So, folks, if you haven't subscribed, there's some really cool people in the chat. But if you haven't subscribed to Kevin, his link is in the description box. So, yes, as are the links to the cases that we'll be looking at, and the names. So just for your own benefit of a bit of a context or background, there's at least, one link given to you to peruse if you want.
Cool.
And these will be the links that I will be attempting to use during each case. We never know how this will go. But I will try, because I like for people to be able to see the faces, put a face to the name of people that are in need. And this is someone's loved one somewhere. And there's so many people that don't get the same degree of help based on stupid things, on prejudices and biases that, I'm sorry, do exist, and definitely is something that's systemic in law that needs to change.
Yeah.
So I'm here for that. And I try to bring in some interesting, more well-known cases as well, of course, but I think it's a good thing to mix them. So we have, this week, we have for the first case, Lisa N. Johnson's case out of Auburn, Washington. And you know what? I just realized that one of our other cases, Kurt Cobain, was born and raised in Auburn, Washington.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Smack me with a fish.
Maya, you're onto something here.
That didn't even register when I was writing this down, because I get tunnel vision because I've got so much distraction. It's like, I'm just trying to get this out before somebody else distracts me. But yeah, I just realized that. It's weird.
I love those. I love those little unknowns that are like, not a coincidence.
Yeah, I do too. I actually, because I'm kind of a doubting Thomas, I really like, and plus, just even when I read, I like to see a consensus.
Yeah.
It's just me. I like discernment. That's my discernment.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of how my mad little way of doing it. So I read on Lisa Johnson before, but to tell you the truth, I can't remember a whole lot. So doing it again will be very interesting. And then the next case we'll have is on Jalissa Fuentes out of Selma, California. And then, of course, Kurt Cobain.
Love that.
Yeah. So we have a loaded plate. And as you guys may or may not know, I don't take questions because this is what we're covering. You can make suggestions. Feel free to, if you want to put a case that you want me to look at or add in the chat log, that's great. And you can just put little hearts or something around it for me. But other than that, this is what you're going to be listening to us build off each other and see what we pick up each person. And I will show you the picture because I want to see the picture of the person.
Yeah.
So
that's helpful.
Yeah. So I'm just going to queue up Lisa's case.
Maya, thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
I know you gave me option. It's like this one or that. And I was like, the crime one. I have done some
You're brave.
work. I know. I love it. I actually love it. I don't talk about some of the cases that I work on or have done, but or consulted on. But I love it to be, like you said, it resonated when you said being like the extension of the voice that sometimes is not heard or given an opportunity. So that platform, I admire that in you, and just watching you. And I feel like I know you all. This is the first time we've connected.
Right.
Yeah. Your ethic and your, your integrity around it is phenomenal. So I love that. So I feel aligned and was overjoyed to say yes. Yes, please.
And I'm so glad to have Kevin here. And actually, before I just go ahead, and I want Kevin to describe to those of you that don't know him what he's doing, what he does.
Yeah.
He is a medium. So
I am. Well, professional psychic and medium. I do some healing work, and I would say maybe 7 years of actually doing it professionally. And then in the last 2 years, just really creating more time and space so that I could do even more of it. I'm also a hairdresser, so I still work behind the chair, shorter days, just 3 days a week.
You're doing a lot.
I do, but you know what? And I love it. And I love the being able to do various things. I think it allows me to do better in the task that I'm doing or the job that I'm doing. And so, I love it. I love the balance of it. But I stepped into this whole YouTube adventure about a year ago. I was a guest on the former Nasty Women channel with Lisa and Sharon. And I just kept showing up, inviting myself, and I kept hearing like, start a channel. And it just didn't feel like the right time because there's commitment and you gotta, have the time to show up. So I'm learning, I'm kind of finding my way on my channel. I love being in conversation with people. I love learning. I like hearing the things that are similar, and I love hearing the things that are different because there's this like box of how it should look like, and I never really fit into that. So
me neither.
Right? That's why I love you so much, Maya.
Thank you. Somebody that loves me for the mess I am.
Totally.
Because
you're a mess, but
I am. But I'm trying. I'm just like anybody out there. But I'm not going to, what you see is what you get. I'm not going to give you, somebody other than myself, because that's it would feel weird to me. It
Mhm.
would feel false.
I mean, even as adults, you know, even as kids, you think, okay, that would go away, but that's real. I mean, that's real. I'll speak for me. It's like, you know, even with my channel, of course, I want to be there and hold that space and provide people with something. That's, I mean, a given. That's my deepest intention, and I get to, you know, discover what's enjoyable for me in it, because I feel like when you follow that passion part instead of just doing what's expected or what people think you should do and all of that, that's wonderful.
Oh, yes.
And you can take note, but you can lose your way in that. So I think it takes something to really stand in doing it your way. And so you're doing that brilliantly. So that actually inspires me to
Thank you.
stand in that myself in my own channel, which is really new. So
That's what that's, you know what, don't become, it's too easy to allow your life to become YouTube's, you know, make YouTube a part more of what you choose to do, you know. Otherwise you can get kind of caught up in its game. And it's like, if this ceases to be fun for me at any point, it's like,
yeah.
oh, I'll just bounce. I'm definitely wanting to look also at engaging more on Instagram, but I just don't have the energy. It's like by the time I get done here, it's just like I'm kind of like I'm asleep, or you know, just needing to disengage, because I have a very introverted side, and that's how I recharge. I have to disengage from anybody and everyone, and just like listen to music. And it's like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
But I'm not mean. It's just like, no, I just absolutely. And I think it's because of how I grew up. Was I had to entertain myself a lot. And so I'm just used to my own, you know, that's how I have to do. So
Yeah.
like, you'll see me on here, and then like, if you don't see me, just know that I'm just recovering.
Yeah.
I am just down.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so great. Like I mean, you're speaking to me. It resonates because I'm exactly the same.
Good.
I'm exactly the same. I'm an introvert by nature and an empath. So the combo of that is
Oh,
like, I need to be in solitude and alone and in my quietness and my bubble, removed from all the things, so that I can show up to have
yeah.
the experiences. I fully get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, that's how I go. I'm not one of the extroverts that who do get energy by that. For me, it's no, it's like, I do need my quiet time. I value it so much. And that's like how I'm wired. So sounds like you are as well. So did this start, obviously, because you're a Gemini and you have got that mercurial communication going on? I'm not surprised that you're a medium.
Well, you know, I was on Hogarth's
I have that
global
too.
astrology channel. Oh my gosh, it blew me away because I've had my chart read before. However,
Mhm.
it was the Western style of astrology, and his is the Vedic.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I'd love to learn
and
more.
it's fascinating. It blew me away. Like I bravely, I'll say that, I'm going to own that. I bravely showed up and just let the reading occur. He had already done it, all of the work, and he presented it live on his channel to kind of see in my chart if it contributed to the psychic medium. And it was crazy how much it contributed. It was in my chart. Like I couldn't have avoided it.
Nope, you just kind of
No, it
set
was.
out.
Yeah, it was so cool. Yes, Peggy, I do have my own channel now. I do. It's I share it with lots of different guests. And Maya is going to come on my channel, so she will be joining me. But it is the Healing Medium.
And it's in the description box of this live. If you want to just look in the description box, you'll see a link. All right.
Yeah.
And you'll say there's, you know, real pretty clearly that it's the link to Kevin's channel, and click that and make sure you're subscribed. And if you thought you were subscribed, just double check, because YouTube does some funny dances with numbers, you know.
I'm like, "Oh, okay, where did everybody go?" No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, weird things do happen on it. I try not to really pay too much attention,
that's
but
the best thing. Just
yeah,
do make it be your tool that like you
yeah,
just enjoy using to share, and don't take it too seriously.
yeah,
And when you get a benefit from it, just appreciate it for what it is. And
yeah.
there's more benefit out of the people here, I think, than so much definitely what the platform will give you as a YouTube, unless you do, if unless you conform to what they want you to be involved
Mhm.
in. That's who gets usually the reward.
Yeah,
But
I understand that.
I'm not here for that so
Yeah.
much. But so that's interesting. You have got, so your Gemini, you've got the antennas are out, your Mercury antennas. And me as a Virgo, I've also got the Mercury uh, as a ruler. So that's interesting.
I love Virgos.
Oh,
I like them, like, yeah, I like it, like, I like them for many reasons. Um, I mean, their organization, I mean, it's not always the case, but more so. I don't know, I like them. They're very, yeah, my partner is a Virgo, and
yeah.
we're compatible in that his process is like he'll go from A to B to C to D, and I can see the vision, and I'm really creative, so I can go from A and then skip to G, and like, and I see it.
But that's such a boon to him.
Yeah, so when we come together and actually do projects, and when it's like we're both in
Ooh,
a good mood and we're like grounded, and it's like, okay, the job gets done. The job gets done.
I
Yeah,
bet, and really done well.
yeah, it's true. In my opinion. Oh, there you
Yes.
go, Peggy. She was already subscribed. Perfect.
Good, good. And
Yeah.
please do hit the thumbs up. And hello again. Hi, Lisa. It's good to see you. Flowing, Vixen Doe, Beverly. Just want to give a shout out as people are coming in.
Mm.
Isadora Smith says, I've become a recluse since the pandemic. I
Mm.
hate it. I'm sorry. That's not good for an extroverts. No, it really is. It has not been good for them. That's very true. Okay, and we've got Stephanie. Hello, great to see you. I'm just trying to give, if I miss anybody, it's not out of any intention.
Hello to you all.
Yes, IT guy. Mandy. Okay, I think I've got Ellen Quinlan. Hello. All right. So, yes. And let's see, when you were a kid,
Stephanie said, sorry, she said, I
oh,
heard about the channel from Kevin. It's synchrony because I was thinking about psychic detective work yesterday. Isn't that? I love that.
I do too. That just
Mm.
makes me feel like, well, we really truly are all interconnected. Like, how plants communicate
Yeah.
through the root system. I think that's fascinating. And we are part of the earth. So I think it's interesting. We're all kind of like, click. It's funny. It's super cool. I love that. And again, it makes you just feel like, okay, we're on track. We are tracking with the universe. Isn't that crazy?
Love it.
Me too. Me too. And so I just wanted to ask you.
Mhm.
So, you're in Vancouver area.
I'm not close. Vancouver would be the mainland. I actually, and people get this, they say it all the time. I live on Vancouver Island, which I literally live on an island. So to the mainland, it's about a 12-minute flight or a hour and a half ferry boat ride to Vancouver. But yeah, I'm on Vancouver Island, surrounded by water. I live in
Gorgeous.
nature. It's a beautiful place to live.
Oh
Mhm.
God, I would love. That's the one place I would really love to go visit, and I hope to one day.
The West Coast. Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely. So
yeah,
you're just north of me.
yeah. We're neighbors.
Oh,
Neighbors.
hello. Wait, no, north.
Hello down there.
Hello. There.
And someone's birthday today. Is it Peggy's birthday?
Happy birthday.
Did I read that right?
My birthday's actually Sunday. So I'm going to be having, if you want to just pop by, I will be trying to email everyone. But in case if I don't manage to get some of you, don't feel it's personal. It's just, limited brain cells. I'm getting older.
What day is it?
My birthday is actually on Monday, on Labor Day.
Okay.
The 5th. So, but I do have a live stream on Sunday, and I just thought it's just going to be a fun stream.
Sunday the 4th?
Yep.
And what time?
I make both my lives at the same time, so it'll be 3:03 Pacific time. Oh God, no, voice, don't go.
Love that.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that a dog in your?
Oh, probably. I've got dogs next door.
Oh, interesting.
Hopefully my mic isn't picking up too much.
Oh no, I thought there was a dog in your room. I thought you were.
Oh no, that was me leaning back, grabbing my coffee, my go-go juice, my coffee. I love my coffee. I am a coffee person.
Yeah, I hear you. I actually just had coffee before that quick little live that Jason and I did.
Mm-hmm.
I made an ass of myself.
No,
I had too much coffee. For sure.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It was quite comical, in my opinion. I mean,
that's good. You have to laugh at yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You have to laugh.
I'm willing to make an ass of myself.
Me too.
And I'm totally fine with that. Oh, so Peggy, it is your birthday. Happiest of birthdays.
Oh, happy birthday, Miss Peggy.
Happy birthday to you.
You and many more. Now, don't you hit me with anything YouTube for that. That would be mean. They don't, it's like.
Yeah, totally. For entertainment purposes only.
It's like, it's my twist on that song. It's so, that was, can't do it. And happy birthday to anyone that's having a birthday this month as well. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And lots of Virgo love here. Kevin's partner is a Virgo, so.
Yeah, 15th of September.
Oh, wow. So 10 days after my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to be like total introvert. My birthday dream is like to be left alone.
Yeah. Same.
And just given food and somebody takes the dirty plates away.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is go to the bathroom and like wash myself.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
Right? If someone threw us a surprise party, I would leave. I'd made it
furious.
I will, if you can. And I had a birthday dinner this year. My birthday was at the end of May. And I went out for dinner with like my best friend and her husband and my partner and my sister. Yeah. And we went to a restaurant and I said, the waitress came over. I said, if you bring out a piece of cake I said, I will leave the building. She looked at me. She was like, I'm like, no. I said, I'm being serious. I will leave. Do not do I don't want no surprises. I don't want that. I don't mind getting older. That's not the issue.
I don't like the attention. I don't want everyone looking at me. It's just weird.
Totally. Ugh. Yeah. If you relate, you get it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. And I've told my family as well, no surprise parties ever. Yeah. I am not that kind of person. And they understand. And I don't think any of them are either. I don't think any of them. So it's like, that's good. Now we have an understanding. Because no, that would not be enjoyable. Small group, like family, is fine. And even then it's like a limited amount of time. Sorry, even though I love them, that's the truth. I have to just, I have a way that I have to keep my energy.
Yeah, I get it.
And so let's see what else. So you've just got yours. When are your lives? You must have some regular lives.
I've started to do Thursday and Friday, the occasional Sunday. I'm being more consistent. So I'm doing one a week, which is
that's good.
Yeah, I'm managing that. And then, a few little collabs that are not on my channel once or twice a week, I'm definitely present. So
that's good.
Yeah, I love it.
And for me, it took me a while to find what days and times would actually be best.
Yeah.
So, you might even be able, you're still figuring that out.
Yeah.
So, and that's good. And also, it does need to be around your your work, what you're doing and your life.
Yeah, it is so true. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
I'm old school, or I'm of the school where I write everything down. Like, I'm not kidding. I love it. See, I have this and binders. Like I have my agendas. And
Yes.
There's
my special pen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. A
Yep.
girl after my own heart.
And I've got the different various decks here off to the side for crime. So we'll see about that. I'm so curious to see
I'll
what
need
we'll
to get
get.
some crime decks. You'll have to let me know which ones I need.
Yeah, and this is a good way for you to be able to view them and be able to say, no, not that one, but that one. I've got a number of them.
For when I come back to your channel.
Yes, absolutely. And I've got way too many. My husband's like the Scorpio looking at me. More. Yeah, with the Scorpio look of like, really? I'm like, I'm just goofy. I don't know.
Hi, Kate. Nice to see you.
Yes.
Oh, Chris asked, who are the cases today?
Look in the it's also in the description box, but I'm going to be bringing that up.
Maya's so organized. It's all there. Yeah.
I try to be. I am on my channel, but kind of a scatterbug when it comes, and I'm trying to become more organized with my physical space, but it's hard being disabled. You have to have somebody to come in and really structure that for you to make the space workable. And I really have not had that done to the level I need. So hopefully, because I'm hoping that we've been looking to move since the pre-beginning of COVID.
Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm. I want to get out of this space. It's too noisy.
Oh, okay. In the same state and city, or?
Yeah, we went when we need for my husband's work. He works for the city of San Francisco. He does traffic lights. He's a supervisor. So we kind of need to be where he doesn't have a really long commute to go into the city in case something goes wrong. And that, even moving over the bridge to where I want to go, like around Emeryville and closer to Oakland, where would physically actually feels really better to me. He and I noticed that when we were over there, he goes, it feels better over here, doesn't it? And I'm like, yes. But it would be pretty brutal for him to have that over the bridge. Anything over the bridge is brutal. So maybe in retirement, I don't know. I'm so curious to have somebody. I need someone to read for that for me on that. But that enough about me. Here's more about me. No.
All righty.
So shall we go ahead and jump on in? Yes. So the first case that we're dealing with, and I'm going to type it in for us. And I'll type it all in caps.
I love that.
Because I have to do it with one hand. I still have to set up my new laptop and get it all set up. I have been putting that off. This thing is kind of dying. Oh. Sometimes autocorrect can be a pain. Okay, so this is Lisa N. Johnson, and this is out of Auburn. Well, that's where she was last. Washington. All right. And let me get the year. Well, yeah. Let's see. She went missing 2020.
Oh.
February 25th. Let me just put that in. Okay. Oh, well, phooey. But I'll repeat that. There we go. We have the name in there. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you.
So kind.
Really appreciate it. I really do. Because I just had to buy 2 new cameras as well and 2 new tripods. But everything was like, it was time. So let me just get back. So this is the beginning. And now I'm going to cue you guys up the picture. Some pictures for you so you can see what she looks like. Okay. So be patient with me. Okay, so I need to share the screen. All right. Now, this is her, one of the last photos of her leaving the Costco. Oops, sorry. I got this mouse that come back. There.
Okay.
Let's see how that looks. All right. Okay, there we can see her there. She had gone to a casino in the vicinity that night, and this Costco's area, and she just ended up disappearing. She didn't come back home that evening. So I'm going to read to you guys just a little bit. Here's what her vehicle looked like. All right. Okay, Lisa Johnson was reported missing after she failed to return home, and her disappearance was described by family as highly unusual. She was last seen at approximately 9:45 p.m. on Tuesday, February the 25th, 2020, as she left the Costco store located at 204th Street East and Highway 410 in Bonnie Lake. Okay, I'm presuming that this is out near where like Auburn and that area are. Oops. Yes. And Johnson was reportedly going to play bingo at the Muckleshoot Casino. Sorry for the background noise. I have family. Located on Auburn Way, south in Auburn. Okay. So her debit card made several transactions at the bingo hall throughout the night of the 25th and into the early morning of the 26th. And they had no other understanding of what happened. And then eventually her vehicle and body were found. Let me just find if it's on here where they mention that. Maybe not, but I'll leave that out. It was just that the way that the vehicle was found, it was found damaged. And
look what I was writing down.
Let me put you in the hot seat so we can do the swing seat this way. People can see your written word. There we go.
Yeah, I could. Just one little quick note was the car. I could see where the car was left and it was disheveled, and I could see that the door was open. So when I saw that picture, I was like, that was not what the car looked like or where they had found it. Interesting.
Very.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So
it's the state of Washington. Is that where you said?
Yeah. And it's actually like Auburn is said to be pretty rural area. It's, not a big city or anything. But so she was at this casino and she went to this Costco, and it was like after that, nobody seems to know what she did. And I guess the only records they have are the digital records of the credit, not credit, but the, banking transactions. And then later they did find her body and her vehicle. Her vehicle had the back window, I believe, broken out. And it was like it had been like it had run into something, and it was off. Yeah, it was off to another area. And I don't, something with her body, I don't think it was terribly far from it. So those are just some basic contextual understandings. But the police, the father, has a petition still up, and I signed it's been 2 years ago now, to get her case changed from suicide to homicide. And I don't know what's happened further with it. I couldn't find any more info. So I'm just going to look. I would be curious to know if she knew the person. I feel like there was somebody else involved. I do.
Oh, for sure. I have letters to the names. I get she didn't know this person, the one male in particular that stands out, and I see him very tall, tall and slender. I see him in a jacket, kind of darker clothes, t-shirt. I do see a hat, and I feel like there's conversation, but I don't get a feeling that that they knew each other before coming together. Did you say that was it 3 different spots that they traced the debit?
I think so.
Okay.
There was some activity like after the last time that she was seen with her debit, and that kind of made me feel not good.
I asked if they're going to either like reopen. It was interesting what card came out, and it was the closed door and completion. However, the brightness of that door and what's kind of like opening
coming through it,
there's a strong potential now for some reason that this is resurfacing, and there's going to be a shift in it where they're going to the energy feels like it's about to resurface.
I think so too.
Yeah. So whatever's going on, kind of like the legal, it's like paper and this and that, and it's like it just feels okay. One more effort. It's like there's this exhaustion around what's gone into it, and it's like, and I do feel that's actually male. I think you did say dad.
Yeah. Dad is like been valiant to try and get it changed.
Yeah, there might be another too, but there's an R name and a T name. This male energy that's just really like, it's not the completion. I feel like it's going to be completed. I'm going to go as far as to say that they're going to, I can say this, right? For entertainment purposes only. They're
absolutely. That's part of the banner down below. Entertainment purposes.
There's going to be closure on this case. They're going to find responsibility is what I'm hearing.
That's what I felt too when I just threw some cards off camera last night. And the cards that I'm getting, I'm using the story cards by Kathy Nichols, in case you're curious. I get the artist and release. Now, to me, there's this little black bird that she's about ready to release. And just what you were saying, it just feels like there's, again, this creative energy that's building up that's going to, I think, move something in this case of hers. And it was interesting with the light that you got, because I see unity, and I feel like that's her family and people, maybe local folks. And I get giving with this sun. And look, there's this bird that's feeding another little bird. Yeah. So yeah, I get maybe grassroots effort to, should be built back up or something. There's gratitude, neighbor. Yeah. See, it's a local it is low. I think, dad getting people on board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I pulled just around the energy of like kind of what's currently going on. It's the skywriting, and it's about like just the fate of it, and the fortune's wheel, which is like luck and right timing. It just feels like this new surfacing of the energy about bringing the light back to the attention, and
It's
yeah, I
like
think
there's like a feeling of groundswell.
that card with the sun and the bird, it feels very nurturing, like the parental aspect, and then that sunlight.
There's another bird with the neighbor.
Interesting. And that bird's out, which is interesting. It almost looks like a bird cage, but there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love this deck for that. Yeah, the birds just what's that?
What deck is that again?
This is one of my favorites. It is the story cards by Kathy Nichols.
Okay.
She has her own website. That's Kathy with the C and Nichols, Nichols, and like probably .com. Honestly, I love this deck. It's very accurate when I read with it, or it resonates with my symbology or whatever. And yeah, that bird is perched on an iron gate of like a neighbor's. It's like a neighbor sipping coffee, observing. That's like, yeah, I'll help. Yeah, I'll pitch in. There's just, and I like that it came with the gratitude. Oopsies as well. Because that must, it's going to matter. Yeah, work. And here it shows me the busy city, but it's like busy work. And visionary. I think they're going to get somebody else on this case with a better set of eyes, or somebody new might be coming into actually employment within law enforcement. That would be maybe FBI. I don't know. But it just feels like, to me, it's going to go to somebody that's perhaps able to work the obvious.
They're bringing me back to the picture that you showed where she was on camera. I feel a sense of distress in her energy just from that picture. Like it was already, I don't know if that was that before the casino?
She was at Costco. That was right before. That was like from Costco's CCTV.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's just, in the energy as I feel into that, there already seems to be a little bit of something there that's unsettling.
She looked a bit tense to me. It looked like a little bit kind of
like maybe just in the distress of what's going on, and then going to the casino, or I don't know, there's something there that's unsettling as I look into that picture. Is there mention of, I feel like they found her purse. I feel like they
may have. And thank you for those of you that are making donations, by the way. Thank you so much.
So kind. I feel like it's empty, and it's like not right beside where they found her.
They found her car, so they may have. It was really hard for me to find any information past. I will show the pic again. Let me just cue that up. Okay. Maybe I can find a better one. Let's see. Okay, Lisa. I shouldn't have dropped that. Ann Johnson. Not. Gotta change that. Me and my bad typing. Sorry, folks. Okay, here we are. Like this is the change.org. This is the one I'm going to queue up that her dad has. Alrighty. So let me go back here.
Curious, is it like it almost feels like it's gone? There's a like I don't know if it's 6 months. I heard 6, but of like kind of silence around it. Not much conversation.
Yeah, it's dead quiet. I mean, like even
Hmm.
when I try and look, okay, this is the, if y'all can see it, how does that look, you guys? Let me just see, because I'm on that tab. Okay, there we go. All right. So this says, this is the petition, and they need 7,500 and 5,631, including me, have signed it to this at this point. I will get that change.org, the link to it, and just so anybody else wants to sign it. This is from Larry Johnson, started this petition. And this, I presume, maybe her father or someone, because the same last name. Let's listen to this. This has got, looks like it's got some interesting stuff here. Okay, Lisa Johnson was reported missing Thursday, February 27th, 2020, after she went to the Muckleshoot Bingo and Casino, first in Auburn, Washington, in King County, on Tuesday night, February 25th, 2020. The detective would not give us the time she arrived or departure time from this casino. Why? The missing person report was made by me, Lisa's father, Larry Johnson. So it is him. It was also found that she had gone to a second casino, Emerald Queen, in Fife, Washington, in Pierce County. On Saturday morning, February the 29th, she was found deceased under a bridge at 1927 32nd Avenue West and House Street in Seattle, Washington. Her car was found then March 8th. Okay, so her body and remains were found under a bridge. Okay, in West Seattle. And then the car was found March 8th, 3.5 miles from where her body was found.
Yeah.
The car and body found 50 miles from Lisa's residence, and the car had a broken rear passenger window with body damage to the passenger front fender. He's saying that the medical examiner did not complete the report. They have reports for suicide and murder, and the only difference is hair and nail clipping were not done. The death certificate describes her cause of death was due to, oh, I got this last night, multiple blunt force injuries.
My head was hurting since the mention of her name.
And I kept getting that 9 of Pentacles, which says like something to the head, the upper body. The death certificate describes her injury occurred from her jumping. This is not, I don't believe, correct. From a height, with the place of injury under the bridge, with the manner of death being suicide. There are still missing items Lisa had with her that day that were never found, he's saying. She has a twin. They were very close and seldom apart. She had a very close relationship to her father. And let's see here. She lived a simple life. She worked as a sales associate at Costco warehouse. She never had a criminal record. She was a joyful spirit, fun person to be around. A lot of people had nothing but good things to say. Her greatest weakness that I can summarize is that she trusted society so much that she went to a casino alone to have a good time, and it cost her her life. We need to reopen the test and the additional specimens from second autopsy and change her manner of death to murder. We need to also find the people who killed my daughter. Her life matters. Black lives matter. And that was 2 years ago. So I'm going to put this in the stream for y'all so people have it. And I think that that really gives us a heck of a lot more. Let me just try to get to her picture back again. There we go. Whoop. Can you guys see that one? Okay.
You know what's interesting is I keep pulling a lot of cards, and I know that you mentioned it earlier. Gratitude cards.
Yeah.
Like this, and I feel like it's I'm picking up on her energy in like even this little part of it where it's like the acknowledgement of the energy that it's going to come to surface again. A couple of the other cards, which I think they're making sense. The land between, which is like, you know, that just feels like the bridge underneath it, or the bridge, if you will. And then right in that, and it was from a different deck, but the smoke and mirrors of that, the energy around it, I don't get a feeling of any responsibility of like, I've done this to myself.
Yeah. There's a totally different vibe when
No.
that you'll get when someone's done that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you can't not acknowledge the part that it's crazy to think that you have to get a certain amount of signatures for this petition to like to
For that,
carry it
if
on.
she had
Like,
been a
why would-
white blonde lady, I guarantee you.
Yeah. Exactly where I was going. Like it's, excuse my language, it's bullcrap.
It is. It's racist, in my opinion. Something's not right. That's systemic. That's lazy. All of it is such lazy work
Yeah.
that they ought to be done for incompetence. And I hope that her family sues the pants off of them if they can for this, because I too think it will be resolved. I'm gonna look with a different deck. I'm going to try this one. This is a deck I got off Etsy that's sometimes fun and actually proved accurate for me. I think on calling, like I got the exact, it was weird. I got the exact date on Kylie Rodney being found, which was really weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. So I'm trying to build rapport with this deck, shall we say.
Yeah, look at the card. Self-sabotage. Look at the hands over the eyes. Like I just feel like I'm just asking for more validation around I'm not responsible for this. I got the trust, the freedom, and the fear card. It's like, it felt like there was this energy of like, I'm in conversation and someone, you know, it's like I'm back at the casino and, you know, it's, you know, kind of casual. I don't know you. So there's like just this freedom in that. And then it starts to turn to fear. And in that, it's like things escalate and then I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm being like moved and it's, you know, the withdrawals and the, I still feel like I'm witnessing this and then I'm being moved and I moved. And then it's like, yeah, the tragedy. Yeah.
Yeah. This is an interesting postulation. Do you feel that the person that killed her was after her twin? I personally didn't feel that. I just think I've always felt like she was some sort of it was like an opportunistic thing. But I'm willing to open my mind. So I will look and see what I'm getting. I mean, it's not unheard of people to, you know, be looking for someone to mug outside a casino either. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm getting the card of dice and casino. taking a risk, gamble. And it says very last minute, take a leap of faith into the unknown, and then don't ignore the red flags. So as you were saying, I think that, yeah, something must have been a red flag to her and she started feeling afraid. And this makes me feel like maybe while around the casino environment, because of the dice that I picked up on that card.
Yeah, like look at these cards. Like, I mean, talk about this, like this significance of the bridge.
Yes.
Like,
I think she was dumped.
mhm.
Or maybe tossed over or something.
Yeah. I felt like I was already in distress and in pain before I was
Finished off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
this is interesting. You know how you felt like there will be an epiphany or whatever? Well, this card
Mhm.
says early in the month, I don't know about that, but the aha moment will arrive. Discovery, breakthrough, epiphany. Don't
Yeah.
wait for clarity to get started. So those
Wow.
grassrooters keep doing,
Yeah.
keep
Isn't
going.
that interesting? Yeah. Yeah. The bear. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. On that energy, it's like the bearing of the fruit. It's like bearing of the fruit and feast of plenty. I feel like this emergence of this new wave of support and
It's interesting. I also get October. It says breaking free from fear. We get Halloween, fears, death. And then I get the card of it will take a while. Gradual, dragging, creeping. But it says this year, you will reap what you sow. And I get the card of like family and something about September. So I don't know.
that reap what you sow feels like it's the duality of like the family will get that relief, but also who's responsible will be held responsible. I get a strong like this isn't over yet. It's
No,
not
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to use the cards to see if I can get like, and you felt a male, and I'm going to see what I get just with this is Anne Stokes Goth Tarot.
Yeah. So just moving forward is like going forward. There's that new beginning, the energy of like, this isn't over.
I agree. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just get this shuffled. I'm always a little bit behind when I'm kind of trying to get up pictures and do the chat and read.
Yeah.
Like I'm tap dancing as fast as I can. So feel free to share like anything that you get that you're picking up.
Yeah. I'm trying to tune into the family and just the energy. It's like, I feel they've been, in the frustration, but still patient. And there's some like outside support that is
maybe their church or something.
Well, reminding them to be adaptable in this and just like, not to throw in the towel. There's like
Play for the long game,
Yeah.
not the short game.
Yeah, exactly that feeling. The energy, yeah. Like that, okay, I'm looking at the card, it's like a higher view. They're having that outside, I'm going back because I just heard it's like changing not jurisdictions. Oh, maybe I heard jurisdictions, but like when you said FBI, I feel like it's passing. I feel like that's what. Oh, okay, that's okay.
That's where it should go, but it won't go until the only way the FBI, as you know, can get involved is if the PD or the sheriffs or whoever turn it over and ask them to do it.
Oh, and maybe that's what's the under. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I've learned that since I've been doing these cases, and it's like, what a pain. And it's fine as long as when you have a department that is sensible. But I question what's the work that's gone thus far. I got a Queen of Pentacles again. This is the third time. I would just told Kevin off camera about this case that I kept getting a Queen of Pentacles, and I got a King of Pentacles. Is this a couple?
I got out of the way when Chris asked that question. I was like, no, it doesn't. But then I was like, okay, Kevin, move yourself out of the way. And so they said revisit it. And so I pulled a card on it, and it's like this man holding a heart. Man holding a heart, which I find is
like a male partner that's a love interest or intimate partner is what I kind of look at and see. It's like, that's kind of romantic looking to me when I look at that card. And
it's curious around, because I think what Chris had asked is something to do with the twin. I did see a child. I had wrote that down before I pulled a single card. And now with this, it just
triggered something in you.
Yeah, I don't want to dismiss what that question was in that.
Yeah, let's not. I always say keep an open mind. We can just throw it out there. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm also pulling the Empress, which I think may have been Lisa, and the Four of Wands.
I mean, I'm using all these decks, Maya, and it's another bridge. It's like
you cannot make it up. I see it.
Fifth card.
And you know what? When I was using the story cards, I know I saw a bridge in there too.
Yeah, like why do you keep bringing me back to the bridge?
Maybe we should look at that. Let's just look at the bridge. Let's take and look at the bridge incident.
Oh, I just heard like they're missing, where it's like you said something about the recovery of, it's like, I feel like it's like, they missed it on the bridge. It's like,
they said that she jumped.
Yeah. I feel like it was a sloppy in the forensics around it. It's like, like, and even just the examination of the body, it's like, but they're missing, like, yes, you would have sustained from this, but it's like what was already there. It feels like
they need a finer, I think they need a finer coroner, because many times the sheriff can be the coroner and they don't have to have any medical.
It doesn't feel thorough at all. It feels like this was so obvious, the injuries and how they develop. I'm hearing it's like the timeline, you wouldn't have sustained that just from that. It was like prior. I don't know. I feel injury before my fall. And by fall, I mean, not on my own will.
Yeah, being hoisted. I see her being lifted over and dropped. I want to ask about the people, about the bridge and the people that I think are responsible. Because it's obvious that she did not do this. I'm getting a male and a woman. Adults, by the way. They would be 21, over the age of 21. They might be young, but they're over the age of 21. Or 21 and over. Just when I get the certain cards, I know that they've at least that age. And they saw her as an older woman and as potentially as the Empress having abundance. I think it was like a theft-based stick-up or something. Maybe jacking her in the parking lot. Yeah, Five of Swords. This is cruelty.
Are those feathers?
Yeah.
Look what card I just pulled. It's like,
what? Good grief.
Overcoming difficulties. I know. Like, and on your card was very, very similar. Like, we just pulled that at the same time.
I swear I didn't say. Now, Kevin, make sure that you have your deck that has feathers so that, we cannot do that. We're
It's
We're just,
curious.
yeah, that's very strange.
Mm.
And you know what else came with it? The Tower. I read in pairs. Eek. So I've got the Tower and the Five of Swords. This was somebody being just cruel to her and just taking from her everything she had.
Yeah.
And it was quick. Unexpected. She did not expect this. Three of Pentacles and the Knave of Pentacles. It's all about money.
In the cases that I've done, I'll get a clear, sometimes just an acknowledgement to like not pursue it, to kind of like just let things settle.
Yep.
And then this is the opposite of that, where there just feels like this encouragement, like
look deeper, look
yeah,
deeper, give a little more detail.
Mm-hmm. And that's coming, I feel, connected to her energy that
she
and
wants,
not that there's like, well, there's, yeah, it's like in the like, oh, that was the card. It's interesting. Okay, so it's interesting. Oh, it's right in front of me. The life review. So I'm
put you in the hot
you
seat
know,
there.
in my life review. So it's not that spirit will sit in the angst or the upset or all of the emotion that we have here in our earthly experience. So at peace and settled with it, and just the energy of just the acknowledgement of the people that are still the voice and the work and the stuff. I feel like there's stuff going on behind the scenes that like I can't see, and I've tried. I'm like,
you're like, come on.
Around. I'm like, tell me more. I'm trying to be nosy, and I have a big nose.
Big Eastern European nose.
Totally. More of us to love.
That's right. I have a very good sense of smell.
Yeah. It's interesting. Rose's kiss.
Eight of Cups. Emperor. Yeah, I think she feels some abandoned by the authorities, by law enforcement. Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. I think there is someone that will. Oh yeah, they may have actually. They might get some money or some other kind of like some independent help with this. Somebody's going to make an independent offer here. Maybe to test DNA or to exhume. I don't know. Something maybe forensically.
Chris, that's interesting that you wrote that. I asked earlier and I got a complete dismissal that no, I don't get family connection. Not, no. And I asked for just clarity around like just spirit being in the peace and the not in the distress. And the three cards that came out around her energy was a grand symphony, wish upon a star, and the rose's kiss. So that just, I mean, it's just comforting. You know, they don't sit in that distress or the angst or the upset or the hurt or the pain and all of that. So separate from the feeling of, you know, I'll say that.
And Vixen Doe saying something like that, or this happened here, and they caught the killer 35 years later. Yeah, you know, I think this person's going to be caught. I think it's possibly a couple, because I just kept getting this Queen of Pentacles every time off camera that I would read on. And I think maybe in one of the first readings, I can't remember. I'll have to go back and play it. That I did for her, but it was wild. She just kept coming up as somebody that was part of somehow responsible. But I feel like there's a male around too with those two cards, like a male and a female. and anytime I'm also given that it's more than one person as well with the Three of Pentacles, it makes me feel like this could be just a couple of people or three maybe, but I sense at least I think just two.
Yeah, I get a hit on the two as well. And I got those two initials earlier. I did get both males, but the more I feel into it, I do sense a female energy as well. But just even logistically, it's very unlikely. It was just one person to do all of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it feels, they didn't just stumble into this. It was like there was thoughts and plan around, maybe not to this outcome, but there were ideas of I feel I hear the conversation prior, like this is going to happen. I don't know if it was the plan to take it to the level of murder, but
Right.
I just feel this escalating where it's like, okay, yeah.
I think my feeling is that they targeted somebody for from like the parking lot and excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And I just think that they may have seen her going to her car alone. It almost feels opportune to me, like somebody that's looking around for someone that's vulnerable, but I might be wrong. Like a couple that's like, let's jack somebody for, money so we can do whatever. Nothing good.
Did you say, or am I making this up? Was the casino beside the Costco?
I don't think it was.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. No, I think it was a distance. Let me see here.
Oh, Linda, that's horrible. Aw. She got bit by a spider.
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you've seen medical attention.
Yeah. Oh boy, Linda.
Let's see. Medical examiner did not do a complete report. Okay, so like they didn't do check her hair or nail clippings.
What?
Didn't do that. Nope. You know how you would think in case some scratch someone and get there. Nope, they didn't do that. The death certificate also describes her injury, basically assigning her death to from jumping from a height with the place of injury under the bridge, with the manner of death being suicide. But it's just so hinky. There's still missing items that Lisa had with her that day that were never found. So she was 46 years old, and she lived with her identical twin. They were very close. Let's see what else. I'm trying to figure out. Simple life. Yeah, so I pretty much gave what I had there.
Feel better, Linda.
Yes, please do. That's awful. So let's see. Yeah, so she worked as the sales associate at the Costco warehouse. Never a criminal record. Let me go back to the details of where it was. Okay, so it was found that she had gone to a second casino, the Emerald Queen in Fife. And then on Saturday morning, the 29th, she was found deceased under the bridge in, it looks like West Howe Street in Seattle and in King County. And then her car was found 3.5 miles from where her body was found. Car and body found 50 miles from her residence with the broken passenger window. That makes me think, was she trying to kick it out or what? And then the passenger bumper, not the passenger front fender was damaged. I am dying. I'm opening up my skylight. Ugh. Sorry for the background noise until that opens, but it's like a sauna in here.
Let the air in.
Ugh.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, Charles, about like more cameras and
Yeah.
I don't get a hit on the surveillance at the Costco as much.
No.
That's why I was like, I'm like it, but I got a hit on the first casino. So that's where I was trying to say, like, is the casino, but I feel it's a bit separate. And then I feel like the surveillance starts at that first casino. And then there's
Okay.
like a follow to, like, I feel like they were there with her at the first one. And it's like, and then she goes to the second one and it's like,
She's kind of marked.
yeah. And I felt like that one was still on her free will. But then at that second one, and was there a third one? Did you say, or no? Was it just a second?
I just got the second one, the Emerald.
Yeah. And that's where I feel like things
in Fife.
Yeah. That's
another
where
town.
Yeah. And from that point, it's not my free will.
Right.
But it feels like this lure. It's interesting.
Yeah, I got that too.
Well, I saw the man with the heart again, so I don't know if there was this. It almost feels like, not almost. It feels like this lure in the way of like, okay, maybe they were gonna. I don't know.
Hook up or
yeah, there just felt like a bit of a. There was still a little bit of trust there. Is the energy that I get? So it was like a bit enticing, and I go back to that, like the man with the heart. So.
Mr. Charming.
Yeah,
maybe they're just very charming, turning on the charm.
Yeah, let's go get a
take
bite
her,
to eat, or yeah.
Take her off guard.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like the purpose was definitely robbery to me.
Look at this one. And look in the center of that eye. It's like a body in a fetal position.
It is. Oh my God.
And exposed and revealed.
I think they're going to get exposed and revealed.
Wow.
I do. I am getting the Fool. I don't think she realized she was in trouble, like you said. And the Seven of Cups. I'm wondering if somebody was a little tipsy or under the influence of some altering mind substance. And that can be alcohol. It can be a mixture. Oh. And they took a chance. This was a risk. Again, this is the second time I get the aspect of risk, because the Fool is the aspect of a gamble as well. And I got that earlier with the story cards, I think it was. So again, where that leads me back to the casino. The Seven of Cups. Maybe they were sitting there, I mean, getting kind of loaded, or King of Pentacles again. I am not kidding.
And I've shuffled and shuffled.
And you got the...
Well, I got the bridge again. And I was just reading Jim's comment about it, where it's like, what exactly? Like, how would I even know that I'm going to go jump? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm in all of this and there's distress and there's like chaos and like broken windows and bumpers and like missing pieces and like body injuries. And I think I'll end my life and jump off a bridge.
It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, my goodness.
It's
ridiculous. It makes my head hurt.
Mine too. And that's why it's like, come on. People, she deserves better.
Yeah.
And I get the Six of Wands. This was also, and I get it with the King of Pentacles. For him, it's about taking and getting something and feeling like he got away with it to me. And I think he took money off of her. I think he did get some sort of, but I think he's also going to get exposed, just like you. This is also being recognized, actually, the Six of Wands.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And the Three of Wands, that could be a little gossip going on. and the Knight of Pentacles. That is a period of time thrown us. I think, again, that's that grassroots effort. 5 of Cups and the Knight of Swords, something coming quickly. News about that. 2 of Swords, something that's trying to be held back. Some kind of DNA. There's some kind of DNA, or I'm getting here with that Pentacles.
It's like, what do you mean you didn't test the nails or the hair, or that, like, what?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I hope that if they need to pay for money to have her re-exhumed and exhumed and have that done, that they do that. 6 of Cups. This goes back to the past.
I mean, it's so. I mean, I don't need to state the obvious, but if I like jump off a bridge, either A, my car is 50 kilometers or miles away. Sorry, I'm Canada kilometers, but 50 miles. Right. I walk there, or, like, you know what I mean? Or how do I get rid of my car? And then all of my things are missing. Like, it just, I mean.
Right. That doesn't even follow sense, like a linear timeline.
Yeah. And I think that's why the revisit back to the, like, where that became really obvious was the bridge. That's why it's like how many more, I mean, I can get out all my decks and she'll probably, bring it the bridge. It's like, it's just, you don't need to be Captain Obvious here.
Yeah. And I think a man probably, maybe the couple, two people, they could take one under the feet, or the legs, and the one with the under the arms, and just swing somebody over.
Absolutely.
So that's what I would think could have happened. And I think, sadly for Lisa's case, that it was based on greed. But I agree with Kevin. I think this will heat up, and I think that she will, because the cards that I got as well showed.
Yeah. Hoping for the most benevolent outcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
absolutely.
Love to that family and all of those affected. Oh my goodness.
And more power to the people that are in her local area, that and her dad working to continue, because it looks to me like keep fighting the good fight, because it looks like it's coming.
And Maya, you would know this, like, signing those petitions make a difference. Yeah.
I think so. I mean, it's just something simple, at least, that I can do. And it's from her father. And it's like, gosh, yeah, I'll do that. I can sign that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it can put like some real social pressure on people. And it looks to me like they might get somebody different to look at it. So
I do feel a bit of a passing of the files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like to me somebody that's more with it and competent.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's some change there. Yeah. Rest in peace, Lisa.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah. So that's one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a drink of water.
Absolutely. Let's get a moment to I gotta breathe.
I know. I stepped back a little bit because my head just
it's strong energy. And plus they said blunt force trauma. So I think that somebody struck her.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. And so I agree with her family that it's not suicide at all. We don't see that. It looks like a robbery, and it should be it's almost like a pedestrian robbery almost.
Maya, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I'm going to step away for 1 second.
No problem. No problem. Let's see. So we've got Lisa that we've covered. And this is, I'm looking at my notebook, and I've got like other cases here too that I'm going to be working on in the future. So I just need to look back. Oh, yes. Now this will be for the next case. I'll just type in her name, which is, let's see here. Oh, and I'll put the picture up. Gosh, I hate how many ads they put on everything. This is for Jalissa Fuentes. All right. And this is out of Selma, California. Yeah. Selma, California. And let me just get, I've got to shut down all the darn ads and stuff so I can open this thing up for you guys. Okay, there's her in her car. Now this is via the New York Post, not the greatest source, but this new case. So it's for Jalissa Fuentes. She's a young lady, and let me just share the screen again so you can see her face and her vehicle. Let me see, here we go. Yeah, there we are. Now you can kind of see her there. Sorry, it's not the greatest, but I'll read to you what it's saying. Okay, this is her. The family and police have been searching for her since she went missing earlier this month. She went missing. She's a 22-year-old California woman that's been missing for at least 3 weeks. And it's just now finally being turned into a criminal matter. Mm-hmm. She vanished in early August as she was leaving a local convenience store and that's on surveillance footage. Police said in a news conference last week, let's see, the lack of digital footprint has raised suspicions.
I just went to the cell phone. I'm like, the cell phone. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, there's nothing that overtly leads us to believe that a criminal act has occurred. However, Ms. Fuentes has been gone a long time, and this is not normal for her. Mm-hmm. She went missing reportedly August 7th. She went home from a family gathering before dawn to collect some belongings, and she was seen driving a 2011 silver Hyundai Accent. Okay. And officers, with the help of family members, scoured an area west of Selma and Fresno County, including the use of drones. Now, this is her with her vehicle. Kind of here you can see what she looks like more. Mm. So officers were also able to get a ping on her cell phone that led them to the northeast part of the city of Sanger days after the report was filed. Police believe her phone went through that city and up into Avocado Lake and Pine Flat area. The phone is now either turned off or went dead, which has prevented them from being able to trace it.
Yeah.
Several tips that we have followed up on, and none of them have led us to Miss Fuentes' location. All right. And Adventures with Purpose are going to be looking for her. Yay. I love them. I'm a member of their.
Oh.
And that's a picture of her aunt. Mm-hmm. So again, let's go back to the picture of Jolissa and her vehicle. There she is. Young lady. So you can get an impression. Mm-hmm. So she went back from a family gathering to collect something, and I think she was maybe supposed to return, and she just never did. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a look at the story cards, just see what I get with that. So Jalissa Fuentes. What happened to her? Hmm.
Oh, Vixen Doe, that's interesting that you said that. I wrote down water, water, water. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I get mother and faith.
Mm.
I don't know anything about her mom, but maybe this is some acknowledgement of her mother and spiritual belief, trust. Oh God, you know how you said water?
Yeah.
Take a look at this.
Huh?
Underwater.
Uncharted Sea.
Oh my God. Look at our cards. Jeez Louise. They even have almost the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a person underwater here.
Is it west? I just heard west. West. I'm west.
Maybe that's I'd say let's just put that out there as an important word.
Yeah.
I get the card of union. I think they're going to find her.
Well, that's interesting because I wrote down young male, and that looks like a young.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw something. That's strange. Interesting.
Union. Kindred. Love.
You're just saying the words as I'm pulling the cards. You're saying love, and
oh jeez, Kevin.
I know. Yeah.
Look at this card.
Oh my gosh! Stop it! And
I can't help it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Again, there's some nod to family support to finding her, and I think Adventures with Purpose might find her. I hate to be so bold, but I feel it's like that kind of, because they are funded by members like myself and other people.
Did you just say they'll find her?
I get that they're going to find her. This made me feel like they were going to find her.
As in the body, or can I be that direct?
Yeah, I think like her recovery.
Okay, because I wrote that down. I asked will they find her, and it's yes, but it's
more of a recovery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's just what I got bang off of that.
Yeah. I go back to the picture and I felt a sharp, it was interesting. Before I looked at the picture, I felt a sharp on my left hand in my chest. And then it was interesting. And then you re-put the picture up and I could see her arms were like up folded here.
Yeah, she was like,
I was like, oh yeah, the pain, it felt really sharp. And it felt very quick. I wrote, very quick. And there's something about West. I did get the younger male. And then there is, I'm submerged, and it's like, it's watery, but it's like woodsy and sticksy and mudsy. And yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get joy and dreamer. So you were talking about the cards of joy and faith, and the dreamer. I think this is someone using their intuition as well. I think this is somebody using their psychic intuition. Maybe people on the team.
Oh, yes.
They're very happy with them.
Yeah, I'm hearing that as you're saying it. Mm-hmm.
My God, it's like stereo. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's okay. I'm like, give me clarity. It's the beyond the ordinary. So I feel like they are working with different types of
alternative.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel the openness around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that she's saying it's coming. I get sunshine girl and that she's waiting.
Oh, interesting.
She's just waiting to be found.
Yeah.
Mystic meditation again. It's about somebody following their intuition. And she's definitely trying to lead people to where she's at.
Oh, it's so funny because look at the card that I'm looking at, and just look at the, just the beautiful skin tone and just the perspective of kind of looking down, and just endless possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels like she's looking. I get the vibe of looking to like, hey guys.
Yeah, that perspective is. I was asking for clarity around that. I never want to say, and I hope that. I hope, yeah. Okay, winter. That's interesting. I just pulled the winter card, and I feel like, because I'm like, I want recovery. I feel like it might be a bit of time.
Yeah, I do too. I get crossing. There's a bridge. And I get healing, but the healing shows up in wintertime. See, the trees don't, there's a snowdrift. But I'm not sure. It could be spring as well. I'm not sure. Crossing, healing. I could be looking too much into that, but crossing and healing, she's definitely, I think, unfortunately, crossed. And again, I'm being shown with crossing, there's a bridge that's over water. Travel. Explorer. I think this is like adventures with purpose. Looking for her again. I just look at, she's the person with the old scuba dive gear.
I pulled the Queen of Water card, and it's just about like I'll actually read it. What it says, the relationship develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. So it's just that draw back to the water.
Yes.
And then just the use of the intuition around it just feels like that kind of.
And one of the things that they did with Kylie's case, if you remember, you'll see the video. If not, it might be out tomorrow with Adventures with Purpose. But, they look at, just matter of factly with any case, they look at like, does this look like something's gone through and disturbed any of the plant life or the, in the water, and then they use the drones and stuff and go above and see if you can see like a vehicle. And it's pretty incredible. So they use that kind of that process. And I think they'll be back at using that for her.
Yeah. I want them to go further west. Let
me try this deck. I don't know whether or not there was any foul play, but I'll look too.
Yeah, the patience change. Chris, yeah, you too. Yeah, water connection.
Yes.
Lots of water.
This is saying that there is like an urgency to this. Racing against time. Autumn time. Things will fall into place. Well, we're heading into August, so autumn. An unwanted change must occur first.
Oh, and that's funny because I got the change card.
Oh.
Yeah, an unwanted, and just the patience.
Absolutely.
That urgency, it's like, I feel they're close. Close, yeah. I do feel I'm trying to get the clarity around it. I do feel interference. If it does not feel self-inflicted, again, nope.
Okay.
Nope.
And I'm getting a sunny day. So this is what I'm asking in recovery about her. So it could even be a Sunday. But it will definitely be a day with good weather and clarity for them. And I get a card of a social event. So it even makes me feel like maybe they'll come back if this time doesn't work, or they'll look again. Taurus season. Slowly over a period of time, mature, enduring. You already know. Trust your intuition. Yeah. OMG.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I think these guys are going to know what they need to do, just like Kevin's saying.
I do sense that because I was tuning into her energy, and it was like I felt she was going through stuff. Like I felt that I heard that she needed healing. So I just felt like in the energy that yeah, there was a bit of, it was almost like the ground is here and her feet were like up here, and it was like just this I just wanted to bring her to this grounding kind of feeling. Felt a little I'm
gonna look at what caused, I'm gonna take the cards and just look at what caused her to go missing. That's what I just see what I get. What caused Jalissa Fuentes to go missing? See if the cards will give me someone. Or whatever. Ask the Most High to guide me to see accurately and clearly. Amen. I get the Ace of Cups. This is very emotional for her.
Oh my gosh, Maya.
What? Oh,
there was some stuff going on there.
Yeah, very emotional connection.
Yeah.
And the water again.
Oh, and that's so interesting. Look at, there's a drip of water at the bottom of that heart.
Oh my God. That's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, I get the Four of Swords, which is like someone's tomb. God, I hate to say that, but yeah. And it can be, otherwise it's someone, needing to be hospitalized or cared for. But typically this is.
I heard you're saying the swords, it's the S. I saw the 9 on this card. I feel there's a strong potential recovery in September, and then into the winter, they discover responsibility.
That would make sense, because I'm getting the same kind of time periods with those cards coming up. Like
it's around the corner.
And that would make sense because it takes them time to set up a case and proceed forward. Yeah. Oh my God. Ace of Pentacles and Judgment. They're going to know. Yeah. They are going to know the minute they find her vehicle. Yeah. And I think they will.
Oh yeah. The release card, the end of a phase or situation.
Yep.
Yeah. It's around the corner. Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, here's the cruelty, the Five of Swords. This was not her doing, just as you were saying. Oh, she wanted to go do her own thing and be free of somebody, and they didn't like that. She wanted to go do her own thing, be her own person. This person wanted to control her. She may have gotten a job. I don't know if there's something around that, but she had independence, and somebody did not like that. Options.
Oh, interesting. Oh, this is interesting. You remember how I saw her lifted from the ground and not feet on the ground, and just in that, this one's called the Root Girl, and it's the disowned self. Just around the there was some challenge. There was some upset there.
And I think somebody also may have been a bit under the influence with the Seven of Cups. and the Page of Wands in their like their inhibitions are lowered. Oh, then it becomes anxiety with the Nine of Wands and Temperance. And look, something on the water, one thing on the land.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Hey, and angels in wing.
Yeah. So I think they're going to figure this out. I think they're going to find her, and I don't think this was an accident either.
Why am I seeing money?
Oh, this is interesting. 3 of Pentacles and 8 of Swords. It looks like more than one person possibly involved in maybe kidnapping or taking her hostage here, restricting her freedom of movement. And I also believe that's putting her in the water. I think there were 3 people that possibly, 2 or 3.
Oh, water opening.
God.
And it's like the heart on the ocean. Yeah. My heart is open. That's so. Yeah.
I think she's just waiting to be found. I got that from the story cards. So I think that's going to be pretty soon. But let me see if I can use this deck and see if I get any more time link. Even if it's just a repetition of what I've already gotten before, I'm curious. When are they going to find Jolissa? When are they going to recover her? Because sadly, I think, she was somebody that was a family person, and she's not been and there's no activity with her bank account. I don't believe that she's been with
the money. Okay, because just a few minutes ago, before you pulled the 3 of, I can't remember what you said. It was like I mumbled it, but I was like money. Like there was something with money, and it was like, I think there's no indication of I ran away, or I'm just like,
no. I don't think so. I think somebody didn't like her trying to go off and do her own thing and be her own person, and it really triggered them. Oh my God! When you let go, what's for you will come. Clinging, control, resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had somebody controlling and toxic in her environment. Next month, it says. Your way to victory. Win, reward, fame, success, goals. Keep up the good work. Winter time comes up here too, though.
And look what card I pulled. The winter.
Winter.
Focus.
My God.
Interesting. Yeah.
This is interesting. And it says frozen.
Like closing in on it. I feel like that focus. They're already seeing. I don't know what this means, but past the recovery. So they're already there's a focus beyond the recovery. Does that make sense? Like they're already okay. Like a ding, ding, ding. Interesting.
And I'm getting Scorpio season. Don't obsess over results, jealous, secrets, intensity, passion. And I think she had enough of this person, because next to it says, when you stop time, which says you'll decide to walk away. Had enough. Next to, somebody that, again, is controlling. And maybe they will ID that person this winter.
Yeah. Maya, I won't be able. We've almost spent 2 hours.
Oh gosh,
we're just totally fine. I love it. I just probably won't have time for the other one.
No problem. We can do that another time.
Yeah, would love to.
Yeah, or we can just. I think that we've got that down for right now. I think if you would just, we'll look really quickly.
Sure. Yeah,
if you don't mind, at Kurt Cobain, because I've already kind of read on this, so I just am curious in what you're going to get. So what we want to know is if Kurt Cobain's death was a murder or a suicide. It's kind of a yes or a no. Murder or suicide. Let's see what we get. We're going to make this short and sweet. And I can go in a deep dive another day. Or not, maybe not. That gets some crazies attracted to your channel sometimes. People get very, I don't know if I can keep up with that right now.
Nope.
Okay. Let me see what I get. This is the better deck to use. Oh, actually, for people, I'm going to want to use the tarot. Yeah. Because what I want to know is if his spouse had anything to do with it. I'm not even going to use her name.
The truth is, I don't know. And I didn't read any of these stories. And I only know of Kurt Cobain. Some of my friends would listen. So I was in high school, I think.
Youngin'. You're a youngin'.
Well, no, but yeah, not high school. Are you was junior high? Anyways, doesn't matter.
Because that was way back in the early 90s when I was having my babies, my kids.
Yeah.
And I liked the music. I was in my 20s, so I was listening to it. Short and sweet, like my 4'10" mother-in-law. Yeah, it's not. We're just trying to do it quickly. I get High Priestess. I'm getting secrets. Yes, there are things that are not on the up and up. And I do get the 4 of Cups. There's a sense of disassociation and a lack of caring. I think he was drugged. I think somebody gave him a hot shot. The devil. Yep. Somebody else was involved. He did not do this to himself. You can say that's addiction, whatever, but this is the Wheel of Fortune. So I think this is action. Somebody intervening into his life. And especially when I got the High Priestess, the secrets. 10 of Cups, 8 of Wands. It's action. And this is a deliberate, focused target. The Empress. That's the wife, the mother, the spouse, and the child. So he did have a child with his wife. And more than one person involved. I believe I'm being shown someone that I think she had something to do with it. And she had other people carry it out for her. The Hanged Man. Yeah. And this always says, it's not what you think it is. You need to look at this from a different perspective. Flip the script and look again. I think with the 9 of Wands, well, there was the injury to the temple with the low gauge shotgun, but it, I think he was deceased before then. I think there were people that were doing this to him. I did get that last night too with the 5 of Wands and the Queen of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, wanting to be independently wealthy. She wanted the money and he didn't want to do it anymore. Transition.
Yes.
So that's what I think, folks.
It's interesting because I haven't tuned into his energy. And so this is literally just happening right now. And so before that, I was like, I could feel stuff in his system. And I was like, I could feel all of that. And I was like, oh no, it was just accidental and it was an overdose and that.
Because he did use.
So I'm not even aware there was a gun wound.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so watch what the cards say, and as I feel more into it,
let me put you in the hot seat since we're closing out.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So this just tuning into the energy of him, kind of lost in space, needing direction, the fallen angel, which is like that spiritual narcolepsy. So just into that, he was really starting to lose his sense of like self. The ego was kind of like
Just
disintegrating, and it
yes.
made for that like perfect storm. And so in it, where I think things start to get really interesting and curious, is the benefactor.
OMG.
I know. So it's curious, and just tuning into it more, it was like, oh, and that's so funny, as tuning into it, like listening to it more, and then the female aspect of this. I just want a couple clarifiers to kind of, oh, interesting. Oh, so as I feel into that female energy, the benefactor, it feels like victory, and I'm hearing this deck. And I'm tuning into her.
Yeah, and I got her as the Empress again last night, and when I asked who's responsible.
Oh, it's interesting because I feel this kind of like guilt, and it's like in my mind, it's like I think about this.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And then the dragon's horde, which is about the protection of future. So it's like, I don't want this to be ever spoken of.
Oh,
it's interesting. That's not what I would have, Kevin, like thought of that it was. I just thought it was like, oh no, this is a.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Because this is someone struggling with their sobriety and, you know, but I keep getting this. So I believe that unfortunately he was set up by his spouse. That's just the word I'm going to use. And this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only, because that's what my cards kept saying. It's the wife. The wife is like the top of the triangle. And there's other people, maybe two other people. I got a man and a woman last night that may have been involved in, you know, seeing to his last moments.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that is what I get. And she certainly, the weird thing too was that then her behavior came back out again. Something kind of similar happened with her daughter and her daughter's ex-husband. When she had married, she gave her father's guitar that he had used in an unplugged MTV thing. It's really famous acoustic guitar. And they wanted it back after Francis Bean had gotten a divorce. And there was allegations that he was making that he was getting, that Courtney was going to having him get kidnapped, and they called the police, everything. You guys can check it out. It's like interesting, if nothing else. So there you guys go. I want to thank you so much for joining me finally. Thank you, Kevin, and for staying and for the 2 hour power.
I looked at the clock and I was like, what?
Yeah, I didn't even, if you hadn't have said it, I would have thought that we were like,
an hour in. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it. Thanks for having me, Maya.
My pleasure. Thanks for reading with me. And I'll definitely be happy to have you back and join you on yours. And pop in on Sunday for my birthday thing. Just say hi. Bye.
I will. I'm gonna, if you can send me the link.
I will. I'll be doing that probably, let's see, because it's Sunday. Today's probably tomorrow.
Love it. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. 54, 54.
54, just getting started.
Yeah, I'm a baby. I'm owning that. I'm a youngin' still. So anyway, thank you guys so much. And as it is my birthday, I'm going to go and have a little herbal indulgence for my pain and relax. Yeah. So peace out and thanks so much. Make sure that you're subscribed to Kevin. Go on over and check his stuff out. And yes, it's all in the description box. So see you later, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.